Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I have another theatre vlog for you. So this evening I am off to Liverpool's Everyman Theatre to see their rock and roll panto. This year it is Cinderella, so I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard good things about their rock and roll pantos. I've never been to one before, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And yeah, it starts at 7 o'clock. I am getting the half-free train. I'm getting a train from Victoria. I've never got a train from Manchester, Victoria to Liverpool before, but apparently it's only half an hour, so it's half the time of the trains that go from Piccadilly. So, and it was cheaper, so I thought I'd try it out. Just need to remember to get a tram to Victoria and not the one to Piccadilly. So I'm gonna head out in a bit. I think I should get to Liverpool for 4 o'clock. Show doesn't start till 7, so I've got a 3-hour wait. I'm meeting my friend around 5 o'clock, so maybe I could look around the Christmas markets for a bit and get some food before the show. So yeah, I'll get back to you once I'm there. I don't know where I'm sitting yet because we pick up our tickets once we get there, but obviously I'll show you around the theatre and review the show when I get home. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this little vlog. Okay, so I've just got to the tram station. I think it's 5 minutes on my tram. Oh no, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. 8 minutes, I think that says, Silverberry tram. So I've got a while. Buy my ticket. I need a 1-day travel card, so 1 and 2. Adult. There we go.
Every single night the confetti's raining down. You put your hands to the sky, center of the crowd, you're the talk of the town. And I tell myself I don't want that, what glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through a window. I say I don't want it, but I'm so full of it. I wanna be the life of the party, I wanna dance with somebody, be ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna be the life of the party, I wanna hold on to somebody, be ooh, 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 ooh. Living your life through a lens, perfect.
So I've just arrived at Victoria Station. Got half an hour till my train, so I'm just gonna hang around for half an hour. Find what platform it's from. Okay, so today I'm travelling from platform 3, which is actually this one right here. So never gone from this platform before. I've only ever gone from 6, but I've always gone to Leeds from here. So yeah, it's not the next train, it's the train after. On the train, this is the express train, so it only takes half an hour to get there, so I should be there by 4, so like I said, I've got a long time to wait till the show. So I'm probably going to look around Liverpool for a bit and then get some food, so I'll probably get back to you now once I'm there. Okay, so I've just arrived at Liverpool Line Street. It is 4 o'clock now. Not meeting my friend till 5, so probably gonna have a little look around till I meet him. Okay, since I'm here, I thought I might as well have a little look around the Christmas markets, as my friend isn't getting here for another half an hour, so might as well go a little look. That's one of my favourite theatres, Liverpool Empire. I've not been there for a long time. Probably need to try and book a show here actually soon. I'm not sure what's on, I'll have to have a look. Well, there's some shows there. Maybe go see the Wizard of Oz? I'll have to see. So my food has now arrived. I just went for what I usually get chicken burger with chips, and James is going to be here in about 10 minutes, but I was really thirsty. He needed a drink, and you get a drink for with your meal, so I just ordered my meal. He's going to order his when he gets here. So we're now in the theatre. It's probably about half an hour till it starts. But we've met up with some more of our friends, and I bought a slushy drink which is refillable, which is really good. I'll get back to you now once we're heading into the theatre. Okay, we're B3738, so we're that way. Actually, we need to go that way. These two on the end.
37, 38.
Yeah. So we're just in our seats now. We're on row B, seat 37, 38. And we've got a really good view. I'll just quickly show you the view and then I'll get back to you in the interval. So we were actually sat in the wrong seats. We had to move. We're on the row in front, so we've moved now, and this is our new view. So it's now the end of the interval, but I didn't have a chance to say, but it's really, really good. Managed to get a refill on my drink. It's about to start any minute. So we just literally left the panto early and ran to catch the train, and I've just got a message saying it's been delayed by half an hour. So we didn't have to leave the panto early and run all the way here, and now I've got half an hour to wait for the train. So annoying. So it looks like the train is here, but I think they said the reason why it's not going is due to a signalling problem. I'm just going to find where I want to sit and just stand where So I am now finally on the train. It's due to leave in about 5 minutes. I should hopefully, so I should get to Piccadilly just in time to get the last tram. Fingers crossed there's no other delays, and then I should make it. 10:30. Just arrived at Piccadilly train station. I'm just going to rush to try and catch the last tram home. Should make it. Yeah, that's where I'm going now. Tram station. Okay, so I've made it to the tram station. Tram's due in 9 minutes, so a little while to wait. But at least I made it. So I didn't think I was going to. This one says please do not board. Tram terminates here. So where's the altering one then? Hi, so I'm now back from Liverpool. Back a little bit later than I expected due to problems with the trains as per usual. My train was delayed by about half an hour. Then once we got on the train, it got stopped because we were having problems with the signalling again, which is why it was delayed in the first place. So they ended up cancelling almost all the stops except for Manchester, Oxford Road, Manchester Piccadilly and Manchester Airport, something like that. So all the little stops along the way they cancelled. So it would have been even later if it had to stop all the stops. But yeah, I got home around midnight now, but I thought I'd just quickly do a review of the show. So obviously I went to go and see the rock and roll panto Cinderella at the Liverpool Everyman. I was kindly invited to go and review the show by the venue. So I didn't pay for the tickets, so I'm not 100% sure how much the tickets are. I'll check in a second and let you know the rough guide for the prices. But we were sat in the stalls. We were on row B, seat 37, 38 I think it was. Originally we sat on the wrong, there was a lot of people sitting in the wrong seats this evening, I'm not sure why, but we ended up sitting in the wrong seats. We sat on row C by mistake, I'm not sure how that happened. So obviously someone came along and said, oh, you're in our seats. So then we moved to our right seats, and then the people that were sat next to us ended up being in the wrong seats and they had to move. And then someone came to us and saying, oh, I think you're in our seats. And when we checked their tickets, they were actually in the circle. So I don't know what was going on in our little area, but everyone was getting in the wrong seats, which was funny. But we got in our right seats in the end, and the view was excellent. I think the way that the Everyman is quite a modern theatre, and the way the seats are all tiered, I think you're going to get a good view wherever you sit. So we had a really good view. I recommend sitting there. It is a side-on view, but you could see everything. Everything was really good. So yeah, I think really anywhere where you sit in the Everyman, you're going to get a pretty good view. Now, there weren't any programmes for the show. I actually didn't see any merch at all. Usually at Pantos they sell like glow sticks and things, don't they, for children. I didn't see any, and doesn't mean there wasn't any. I just didn't see any. But they could have been and I just missed it. So I've checked and there was actually some merch available. I must have just missed it. So they had the following items available. They had wings and a wand set for £5, inflatable mic for £4.50, inflatable guitar for £5, flashing star wand for £5, and a foam flashing baton for £4. They did give reviewers a little sort of poster programme. So it just lists the cast on here, but I'll show you that in more detail later when I go through the cast. They do have the cast biographies on the website, so I can show you that as well. One thing that I did buy actually was I actually bought, I don't really drink alcohol, I much prefer soft drinks, so I bought myself a refillable slushy cup, and it was only £5 and you could refill it as much as you wanted, and if you just bought a small slushy it was £3. So I think it's definitely worth, if you're going with children, getting the refillable slushy, because they can even share it. And yeah, definitely a good drink option if you're there with kids or big kids like me who likes slushes, because I think I got 3 or 4 free refills, so I definitely got my money's worth out of it. Unfortunately, I ended up dropping the cup. I was going to bring it home to give to the children, but I dropped it, so I don't have the cup with me. But I thought for £5 it was a bargain. So yeah, definitely recommend getting that if you're going with young children. So this year's Panto has been written by Liverpudlian writer Luke Barnes and directed by James Barker. So the Panto doesn't follow the traditional Cinderella story. It seems to focus more on the perspective of the fairy godmother. So we learn that the fairy godmother is all about helping couples find love and get in there happily ever after, and that she has one last mission to complete before she can retire and go off and live in Benidorm. So in order to complete her last mission, she enlists the help of her successor, a fairy named Graham, and her last mission is to get a young girl named Eleonora to fall in love with a shy, comic-loving Prince Charming. So Eleonora is the Cinderella figure in this story, and she lives with her stepdad, Mr. Oogley, and her stepsisters, Dench Oogley and Judy Oogley. And obviously, this being a Cinderella story, they're quite mean to her, don't treat her very well, and she's often left alone with just 2 little mice as her friends. And the little mice are cute little puppets, which are nice to see. It's always nice to see some puppets in a show. They weren't used very much in the show, but you did see them a couple of times. So to pass the time, Eleonora draws comic books, and the comic book she's currently working on is called Cinderella, so that's how the Cinderella story ties in to the Panto. So in order for Eleonora to meet with Prince Charming so that they can fall in love, the fairy godmother and Graham, so they've convinced the Queen of Liverpool to throw a party or ball so that Eleonora and the prince can meet and hopefully fall in love and complete the fairy godmother's last mission. So if you want to find out whether Eleonora and the prince do end up meeting and fall in love, then you'll have to go and see the Panto and find out what happens. But it was a really good story. I really liked the sort of twist on the original. I thought it was fresh and enjoyable. Really enjoyed the story. I thought it was really well written, and yeah, it was a good twist on the Cinderella story. So the set was designed by Isla Shaw, and it sort of looked like a giant pumpkin, like a sort of giant archway but shaped like a pumpkin, and then behind that it sort of had a 2-story structure which had the band at the top. The band was at the top of this structure and they would play the music, and then below there was a series of doors. I think there was about 3 doors which would have people coming in and out of during the show. Prop pieces were pushed onto the stage that were used. There was some that rose up from the floor. I actually quite like the design of Eleanor's house. It looked quite cozy, like a little old cottage sort of type kitchen, so I enjoyed that. I thought that set looked really nice. They also had a few good like set / prop pieces that were brought on, such as Cinderella's carriage, and there is a carrot car which I thought looked really good. So I enjoyed the set. I thought it was good. The set designer also designed the costumes, and the costumes were what you expect for a Panto. They were bright and colourful, really fun. And yeah, I really enjoyed the costumes. I especially enjoyed Eleonora's costume. It sort of looked like she'd made it herself from lots of different scraps of fabric, and it seemed to have sort of patches on which had words which were sort of like Liverpudlian, I think, slang words and slogans. So I think it had on it words such as scally, that's boss, going for a bevy, and I think it also had some names of some locations on it as well. So I thought that was really good and really interesting. This panto also has a great soundtrack. It has lots of really great pop songs in it, a lot of good like pop anthems. So it had songs in it from artists such as the Spice Girls, Kylie Minogue, Whitney Houston, Beyonce, and Demi Lovato. That's just to name just a few, but there was lots of great songs in there. There's definitely something for everyone in that soundtrack. Lots of really great tunes. So another great panto thing that happens in this is they do use water pistols, and you get soaked. They really do come at you with these water pistols. I got water square in my eyes. At one point, one of the sisters, I think it was Judy, was hanging over the circle, just soaking everyone beneath her. So they really do go to town with the water pistols. Also, a tradition in pantos, they do pick on a person on the front row. At our panto, it was a poor guy called Brian, and they did end up picking on him quite a bit. He didn't really have to do much. He just really had to sit in his seat, and they would mention him throughout the show. But if you don't like that sort of thing, I suggest you probably don't sit on the front row, because they will pick on someone on that row. So the cast for this panto was just absolutely fantastic, and the whole cast just seemed to be having a ball on stage. They definitely seem to work really well together, and they definitely seem to be having fun on stage. Also, most of the actors also played multiple instruments, so as well as playing their characters, they also had to play all the instruments as well. So like I said, multi-talented cast for this show. I have to say, Ben Welsh and Adam Keast made an excellent comedy duo as the fairy godmother and Graham. So I don't know if you ever watch the sort of dating show Cilla Black. Wait, I don't know if it's called The Blind Date. That was what it's called, the game show Blind Date. So this is what they're basing sort of the fairy godmother and Graham on, because Cilla Black always used to go to say, "Oh, Graham," who would introduce the contestants and do the recap of the dates the next day. I think that's what he used to do. So that's where they've got the Graham name from, "Oh, Graham," and obviously they're love matchmakers in this. The fairy godmother and Graham are matchmakers, so they're sort of playing on that sort of blind date theme here with these two. So like the fairy godmother is supposed to be like Cilla Black, and Graham the fairy is obviously like our Graham, who was like the voiceover that, like I said, I think did the recap of the dates and introduced the contestants. It's a long time ago since I watched that show. I think it was in the 80s, maybe early 90s, but yeah, that's where they've got that from. So yeah, that joke will probably only go down with audience members of a certain age that will know what that's going on about with that. But anyway, what I was going to say before I got sidetracked was that I thought Ben Welsh and Adam Keast were a great comedy duo, and they seemed to bounce off each other really well and were just hilarious together. But I have to say, Ben Welsh definitely stole the show for me. He gave a really strong and confident performance, and his comic timing was excellent, and his vocals were great as well. Another great performance I thought came from Zoe West, who played Mr. Oogley, who is Eleanora's stepdad. Her performance reminded me a lot of Mr. Wormwood, Matilda's dad, in Matilda the Musical. Saw Matilda the Musical this year, and her performance definitely reminded me a lot of that character. So I don't know if she's taken inspiration from that character for this one, but definitely reminded me of that. Again, Zoe had excellent comic timing, and the accent I thought she used for her character I really enjoyed, and I thought that added to the comedy aspect of the character as well. And also she seemed to really enjoy getting the audience to boo her every time she came on stage. She seemed to really enjoy that and really embraced being the baddie, the villain of the panto. So playing Eleanora in her professional debut, we had Grace Venus. So Grace did an excellent job at getting the audience to really warm to her character, and she also was really good at showing her character's vulnerable side and she also had great vocals as well. She did an absolutely amazing rendition of Demi Lovato's Skyscraper. I absolutely loved it. It was really, really nice, really beautiful. Her voice has a really nice tone to it, and really loved her performance of that. So another great vocal performance came from Amanita Francis, who was playing the Queen of Liverpool. She had some powerhouse vocals going on, and her rendition of Queen of the Night by Whitney Houston was spectacular. Really enjoyed her performance of that. She was excellent. So I should probably go through the cast list and show you that all the cast are in it. So I'll just show you quickly on this poster, and then I'll find the cast biographies on the website and just tell you a bit about what they've been in before and what they're doing. Okay, so this is the cast list, and it's in alphabetical order. So Folarin Akinmaid played Dench Ugle, who was one of Eleanora's stepsisters. We then have Thomas Fabian Parish playing Prince Charming. Amanita Francis played the Queen. Adam Keast played Graham. Rebecca Levy played Judy Ogley, one of Eleanora's stepsisters, and she also played Humpty Dumpty. Lydia Rosa Morrill Scully was an understudy. Adam Scott Pringle was an understudy. Then we have Grace Venus, who played Eleanora, also known as Cinderella. Ben Welsh played Dame Fairy Godmother, and Zoe West played Mr. Oogly. So that is the cast. So I'll just quickly find their biographies online. Okay, so if you go onto the Liverpool Everyman website, you can find an online program for Cinderella. You click on it, get onto it. So this lists the cast, and then we have the cast biographies. So as mentioned before, we have Folarin Akinmaid playing Dench Ugle, and it says he is a writer, performer and musician with a passion for speaking about himself in the third person. So his theatre credits include The Lord of the Rings, A Musical Tale, Perfect Show for Rachel at the Barbican, Monotone Man at the Lyric Hammersmith, and The Hive at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Next we have Thomas Fabian Parish, who played Prince Charming. It says Thomas is an actor, multi-instrumentalist and theatre maker originating from East London. His theatre credits include Once at the Barn Theatre, Summer in the City, Dick Whittington, Sleeping Beauty, and a few other things there as well. We then have Amanita Francis, who played the Queen. It says Amanita is an actor, writer and musician from London. Her musical and theatrical work have taken her around the world, from Battersea to Brazil. So she has been in one of the Everyman Rock pantos before. She was in last year's Red Riding Hood panto. Other credits include Family Tree, Frankenstein, How to Make a Monster, and the immersive Great Gatsby on the West End. We then had Adam Keast, who played Graham. Adam trained at the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Arts. He's done quite a few of the rock and roll pantos at the Everyman. He's done last year's Red Riding Hood. He's done Robin Hood, Sleeping Beauty, The Snow Queen, to name just a few. He's been in a lot of their pantos. Other Liverpool show credits include The Show Must Go On, Two of Us, Brick Up the Mersey Tunnel, Our Day Out, Lennon, Good Golly Miss Molly, and You'll Never Walk Alone. Next we have Rebecca Levy, who played Judy Ogley, Eleanora's stepsister, and she also played Humpty Dumpty. It says Rebecca graduated from Mount View Academy of Theatre Arts in 2016. Credits for the Everyman include the pantomime from last year, which was Red Riding Hood. Other credits include Vernon's Girl, A Letter to Harvey Milk, Mamma Mia the Party, and Say My Name. She's also been in Cinderella Rocks, Beauty and the Beast, Peter Pan, Sleeping Beauty, and those are some of the things that she's been in. It also says here that in 2019 Rebecca released her debut album How to Keep Your Girlfriend 101, which reached the top 20 in the iTunes chart. We then had Grace Venus, who played Eleonora, also known as Cinderella. So it says Grace is currently training at the Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts. Her credits include Once on This Island and Bring It On at the Southwark Playhouse. It says Grace is delighted to be making her professional theatre debut in Cinderella alongside a brilliant cast. So we then have Ben Welsh, who played Dame Fairy Godmother. It says Ben is an actor who trained at the BAFTA award-winning The Television Workshop in Nottingham. So he has been in the Everyman's Red Riding Hood panto last year. He's also been in Eurovision and Eurovision screening, which were on at the Everyman or Playhouse. Ben's theatre credits include House of Life, Mr. Tipsy Down the Hatch, Call Me Vicky, and a few others as well. And finally we have Zoe West, who played Mr. Oogley, Eleanor's stepdad. So it says Zoe trained at the Rose, Burford and the Brit School. So Zoe's theatre credits include Wildfire Road, Sheffield Theatres, A Christmas Carol at Shakespeare's North Playhouse, the Caucasian Chalk Circle, Rose Theatre Kingston, and those are just a few things that she's been in. So I really enjoyed the rock and roll panto Cinderella. I thought it was a fantastically fun family panto, which will definitely have you laughing out loud. The show is witty with plenty of good one-liners, some innuendos and some regional jokes as well. It has an extremely talented cast and a great soundtrack featuring some great pop anthems which will definitely have you singing along. The story itself has a lot of heart, with a great message that being yourself and believing in yourself is how you truly get your happily ever after. So I gave the show 4 stars. Like I said, it was really enjoyable. I'd definitely go and see that again. Like I said, it's got a great soundtrack and all the songs were performed fantastically by the cast. So definitely a show I'd say is worth going to. It's on at the Everyman until the 20th of January 2024, so there's plenty of time to get yourself a ticket and go and see it. Before I forget, I'm just going to check the prices of the tickets so I can give you a rough idea of how much the tickets are. So it says on the website that tickets range from £16 to £46, so those are the price range that you're looking at for this panto. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little theatre vlog and review. If you do enjoy these sort of videos, then do please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell, and you'll be notified as soon as a new video goes up. I do have a few shows planned in. I am going to go and see the Good Enough Mums Club at the Lowry next week. I'm also going to Leeds to see Oliver next week, and then the week after we're going to see Life of Pi and also Hamilton, as well as Roald Dahl's The Enormous Crocodile, which is a world premiere which is happening at Leeds Playhouse. We're also going to see that. Those are just some of the things that we booked in for over the next couple of weeks. If you fancy seeing review and vlog videos for those, like I said, do hit subscribe and hit that notification bell and you'll be notified as soon as those go up. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you have, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hope to see you again soon. Bye.